Right, grumpy old man's gone. So we should take some of that that rusty colour from the old model there. I'm going to add some just down here, like so, and take a really, really thin brush. Now, oh, hinge. Just put my thumb on that bloody thing again. I hate my job. So I'm using this this rust colour because I haven't actually got any copper. This is pretty much close enough for what we need. I would suggest doing this off the model itself, just in case we had some colour where we don't want it to be. I'll clear the background in a second. Like so. And then using a really fine detail brush, just going to zoom you in a little bit, like so. Excusing me. I've got sniffles again. At some point this year I'm actually going to be cold free. Sniffle free, cough free. It's been rubbish. And mouth breathing is horrible. Lovely, so that's that one, and then there's a funny pipey tube there that we can grab. Just this fella here. So if you're confident enough in your brushing skills, then there's absolutely no harm doing it like this. But if you're not as confident, then by all means take these pipes back off, or at least do these whilst they're off the model before you actually put them in. If you are going to paint these off the model, then leave these to dry at least overnight, because the heat of your hand and the sweat in your skin will reactivate the paint if you're not careful. I'll just put my thumb on that again. I'm not playing anymore. It's a silly game, this. Excuse me. Flip it over. Being summoned again. Oops. Right, so that's that, and I'm going to put that down and then go and find out why I'm being shouted from downstairs again. Bear with me. Whoops. Yeah. Right. So that's that. Where was I? Yeah, put off to one side now to dry completely, and then we bring in that little fella there. Plonk. Put you down there. Right, so excuse me, if I bring you back in for a sec. And you just so I can familiarise myself with what I need to do and where. So that's you there. So if we have a look at the colour guide again, just orientate this properly. If you have a look just there, it's like a coffee belchy type blowback coming in this direction on here. So if we have a look at what we did there in a previous clip with the pastels and things like that, we're going to do that now from this direction. So this is the one we did the pin wash on, and then varnished it straight away. So the gunk wash is actually still drying. That's only had 1 day so far, something like it. So that's that. I'm going to use a completely different shade of brown on this. So I'll just clear all this and then bring in the at least have fruit pastels then. I want to go home now. I want to go home now. So we used on let's use this fella. See what that one's like. So take some of that. I'll take some of this brick red colour. And so we'll take some of this brown. Like so. And then I'm going to mix the three together. Which forms quite a bizarre browny colour. We like that. We like bizarre. And I'm literally just going to just come back this way with it. So it catches across this edge here. And blow that back a little bit. So it's just tinted that edge more than anything. Hopefully you can make that out. So again, we'll varnish that in a few minutes. Excuse me. While I've got that there, just going to put that lid back on. So I should still have some on the brush. A bit of luck. Just going to catch just here, like so. Just to give the illusion that, you know, something went cough. Like so. So again, we'll gloss. In fact, we'll gloss varnish this. So I'm happy enough where that is now. Oh, I just spotted somewhere. I didn't do that rust. So I'll touch that just at the back here. Just don't know if you can make that out. Just the back of this pipe work. I'll touch that in properly, and then once that's done, I'm going to gloss varnish everything because. Or will I? Yeah, gloss varnish everything. Get that canopy on as well. Get that canopy on. Oh, get the canopy on. Canopy, Tony. Canopy. Canopies. Damn it. Yep, I just spilled some paintbrushes everywhere. Oh, fantastic. Canopy, 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 that thing, and an astromech. Yep. So if you remember, this astromech is the sacrificial lamb, so that's actually going to stay inside the body. So it's going to be that way around. It's going to be that way around like so, and then we add this piece on here, like so. So we can now take either an R2 head or an R5 head and add that to the piece once we're ready, like so. We've got a silly piece there. Ooh, no, we've got the big canopy somewhere. This is the opening canopy, right? I need the big canopy. There's the big canopy. So I'm just going to mask off on the inside of that canopy, because obviously there's no glass in this one. Because this is like the filming canopy. I'm just going to slice that down the centre, like so. Just give me a little bit more control. Oh. Talk amongst yourselves. This might take a few minutes. Do you know, I'm having a good day today. It's one of those days where everything's going wrong. So, right, so that's that. Why are we doing this, Tony? We're doing this, boys and girls, because I pushed a bit down, pushed down too firmly on the canopy itself. When I did that to the body shell a minute ago, well, I'll say a minute ago, it was about an hour ago. Yeah, I pushed down a little bit too firmly and it went clonk, and it's in place now and I can't get it back out. Not a problem. Not a problem. Right, so there's the filming canopy that's all masked off now. Like so. So this will come in handy anyway, because we still need to weather the filming canopy as well, so we can smash that with gloss varnish at the same time. Excuse me. So at the moment I'm happy enough with where these engines are as well. So we're going to add these fellas. Just wonder which way around they went. That was a good guess. That was a good guess. Look at me, I look like I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. Ooh, dear. Okay, so as you can see, I've installed now the filming cockpit as I'm thinking of it, and then that way we're going to protect the cockpit tub itself, because I I went click with the main cockpit tub. Hopefully you've seen that at some point anyway. But yeah, I went click and plugged it in properly, and I can't get it back out again. Slip of cold coffee. Right, so let's do some chippage. In reality, in real life, you can probably hear the throat's still a bit croaky. I went down with zombie plague again, and tonsillitis, and God knows what else happened. So some of these tubes are a little bit wonky and bent and things like that, so they're not quite bedded in properly, but I'm not too bothered. It just adds to the charm. I don't know if you can make that one out there. There's like a slight wobble to it, and there's a couple of little things like that that aren't quite lining up. I've broken a couple as I'm installing them. I'll be very, very honest about that. So yeah, be careful with them. They are bendy and snappy and things like this. Right, stop waffling, Tony. Waffling away with your little self again. Let's get a dark colour. I'm liking that as well. Don't know if you can make that out on camera. That is a beautiful, subtle effect in real life. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Where are we? We've got that one as well, so I've got to might change the colour of that a little bit, just to make it stand out a little bit more. And that still needs matte varnishing, just to seal it all in. I'm trying to remember where I was up to before I got poorly again. Ooh, this will be dry now, because I was waiting for that to sort itself out, because I had a gunk wash. You can still see it shiny, so let's see if any of that will come off. Nope, sorted. Right, so I can matte varnish that now, and I can do some pastel work to that as well. Right, so let's do some chippage. Chippage. So I need a dark grey. You'll do. So my bog standard favourite, really dark grey that I use. And if you cast your minds way back, quite a while ago, this is the one I used for all the pre-shading on the ATST build. So I'm just trying to look off my shoulder, see where it is. I've hidden it somewhere. This is my go-to pre-shade colour. And we're literally going to use a little splot like that, and then see if I can find my sponge. Do you know I found it the other day as well? When I wasn't even looking for it, I found it and it's gone. I put it in that safe place where safe place things go. That's the one I've been using, and that's still brand new, and it's not doing the job I want it to do. And something else I've been working on. Where the bloody hell have I put that? Oh, leave it rolling, Tony. God, this is why I shouldn't tidy up. So I've got this tiny little grubby thing here that I'm going to use, so grab some of that and then grab some of this green stuff off the top as well. Oh, there we go, like that. So it's better if you can use an old worn one. Like I say, I found it and then I've put it away somewhere safe again. I can't find it again now. That makes sense? It kind of made sense. So I'm just going to bunch it up like so, and then with a scrap of tissue paper off to the side, stay at that. I might have got a whole roll at the side of me. So I'm just going to dip into the paint like so, and then take most of that back off again. It seems a bit odd, but it makes sense once we start having at it. So just literally along the edges. That stuff. Just to add some Little chippages. Just to scuff him up a little bit. Completely at random. Oh, why not? Let's have some all over that cockpit as well. So, basically everything I'm going to do to this cockpit, as it is now, I'm going to do again to the opening cockpit. There we go. So let's just bring out a little bit of detail now. Let's do some underneath. So again into the paint. Back onto the tissue paper so we're not overloading the area that we're working in. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. That's never a great noise either. Again, this is one of those things you can do to your own preferences. You can do as much or as little as you want. Personally, I'm going to leave it like that. But none of that was in shot, was it? I should find a gap again between the camera and the frame that I'm working with. So what I might do in a second or two is... well, got to leave that to dry now anyway before I can do anything else. Like I say, basically whatever we do to the big cockpit that we're using now, the filming cockpit. I'm calling it the filming cockpit because this is what they did with the original props. They didn't have any glass in there because it reflected too much with the studio lights. So again, just wiping the excess off. And just throw some on the standy up cockpit. I needed to matte varnish that, I vaguely remember that now. I could at this point have gone away and had a look at the clips I've got that need to be edited still, but you've no idea how many clips I've got. It's an incredible amount. Is there any paint on that? Hello please! Here we go. Gets off. Right, so that's that. Like I say, we'll leave the cockpit now to dry completely and then we'll start matte varnishing all that again, just to seal it in from the next layer that we're going to do. The next layer will be oil streaks, so we'll gloss varnish that. So we can start doing the oil streaks. So once I've got that out, I'm actually going to swap to that sponge. And just add bits and bobs all over the engines and fuselage, including the pipework. Let's get some more paint on there because I've actually used that paint now. So yeah, that flue was crazy. Apparently my GP is calling it flue. Just appeared out of nowhere, wallop, struck me down in my prime. Felt great over the weekend, and then Sunday night I felt terrible. I rang my boss at home to give her the heads up that I'm feeling a bit rough, and I'll see how I am in the morning. She said, "Yeah, fine, don't worry." Monday morning, my god, I went to get out of bed, put both feet on the floor, stood up, and the next thing you know, being looked at by a paramedic. I was like, "Oh, hello." It was kind of scary. Apparently there was an almighty bump. My dad came flying into my bedroom. I've got no clothes on because I sleep naked. Yeah, I know, too much information, but there you go. Before I actually start varnishing this, that's RLM74 has gone off now, I hope. I should have done by now because it's been long enough. So I'm just going to drop some more onto that piece of plastic I had a second ago. Excuse me, it's a little bit croaky. What's that about? And I'm taking my ridiculously small, come on focus, Psycho brush from the Army Painter range. Shift that cockpit there, and then we go back to the tub here. I'm just going to use a piece of card, like so. Line it up with our panel line there, just to protect the work underneath. Now I'm going to go slightly beyond the panel line, literally by midges. Like so, so we're just going to line it up. So I'm not actually using masking tape, because I've not varnished this. If I use masking tape now, it'll just pull the paint off underneath. I'm literally just going to come across. Like so, just add some more paint chips. Like so. So having used that piece of paper now, we can line it up with the panel line just to give it that darker edge to the chippage that we're doing. So it's just protecting the paint underneath. Let's do one this way. So that paint's actually a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to drop some X20A on there, just to thin that paint down a little bit. And hopefully it's not going to react with the plastic that we're using. Of course you're going to be super and you're going to use what's it, a palette for this. There we go. So just swing it across. Just added some X20A just to thin it down a little bit, so it's a little bit more manageable. Manageable. Try again. Manageable. There we go. There's one for you, Rick. Which one are we going for? That one. So it's just a little bit runnier, he says. Here we go. And then still using the same dark colour. I'm just going to come back and fill in. Was done shot. Yeah, it was done shot. Just fill in some of these extra spangs. So again, it's another new layer of detail that we're doing. Oops, get back in shot, Tony. Just to add to the effect that we've had, you know, more than one fight. Excuse me. I do apologise. Nice line shot. Another one there. Didn't add any there. Just go underneath. If I can remember being there as well. Like so. Okie doke, right. Again, we'll wait for that to dry and then we'll matte varnish this. No, gloss varnish, was it? I can't remember. Yeah, gloss varnish. Woo! Yes, we'll gloss varnish that and we'll do some oil paint streaks. Now, at the moment, conspicuous by their absence has been these things, which have literally just had the one effect done to them so far, which was the panel line washes. The plan is, once we're finished doing, still waiting for the the previous layers to dry off. Whilst we're waiting for the oil streaking we're about to do to this to dry, we'll matte varnish these, because the only real effect I'm going to have on this is a little bit of scorching, which we'll do with pastels, so I need the matte varnish for that, but we'll do all that when we matte varnish the entire model completely. And then, yeah, once the oil paint's dried, matte varnish the Y-wing itself. I'll matte varnish these at the same time, apply the effect, do whatever last minute touch-ups we need to do to the Y-wing, and then seal everything in, all in the same go. So that just ties everything together then, hopefully. So, yes. Ooh, that's what I need to do. I need to add chippages to these. So again, using that RLM 74 we were using earlier for all the chippages. Let's get some on there. I'm getting low on that now. Could always have more. I'm going to use a fresh piece of sponge for this. Just going to bunch it all up, like so. So we've got the rounded edge there, but if you turn it upside down and use all this scruffy stuff underneath. Oh, sirens everywhere. I'm just going to take it off on the back of my fingers, because why not, they're there. And then just round the edges of this. That's sounding quite close. So there's a few scruffages like that, but then on this face here, this is going to take a lot of damage, because this is the part that goes flying into the debris. As it goes, you get the big explosions. Mind you, saying that ambulance was close then, I live quite nearby a pub, and today they have a bouncy castle in their car park. I'm wondering if somebody's fell off and hurt themselves. Should we go and point and laugh at them? No, stop it. Stop it, that's wrong. Stop it. Let's get the shine. Shift the shine. There we go. Right, zoom in. I'll show you what I'm doing. Oh, grumpy little fella. There we go. Right. Just have the chippages all over. Stop it looking so new. There we go. None of that was in shot yet again. Sorry about that. There we go. How's that? Lovely. So it's slowly coming together. Shift everybody like right. So let's do some oil streaky thingy doodad. What's it? Now that the thing with the stuff drying. So I'll need thinners. The lid's on, I've just checked it off camera. We'll need Mig 502 Abteilung light rust brown. And I'm trying to find my nickel pot. Where's my nickel pot? Fishy. Yeah, I found it. Right, shift your phone. Ooh! God, there's stuff flying everywhere. Right, so literally only need, oh, there's a brand new bottle as well. Clamping it firmly. That's literally less than 1 mil of thinners. Put you back over there. Pop the lid back on, hold it firmly, pop the lid back on, move it. Right, that's safe out of the way. Okay, right. I've got about 20 of you watching that, like, really close up to your screen, like, he's going to spill it, he's going to spill it. No, I didn't. At least got 2 fingers up. Stop it. Right. I'm going to sacrifice this old Games Workshop brush. It's been, you've probably seen there in the, right at the tip, not the tip, the base of the bristles. Right there, you can see how gunked up it is with paint over the years, but the bristles are still fine. That is going to be a lot better for what we're about to do than this one, which is my finished oil brush. So I'm going to sacrifice this one because I've got like a million brushes now. Right, stop waffling, Tony. What I'm going to do is use the slightly wider brush. You'll see why we need all the different brushes in a second or two. Now that we're giving this, don't forget we're giving this a gloss varnish now to protect all the layers underneath. Just going to take that panel there, just the one, and wet it with the thinners. Plonk that down. Take this oil paint. Take the thin brush. Tiny little dollop. One. 2 little spots. That's it. That's all we're doing. Oh, hello. Your radio's finally decided to find a signal. Let's lick that little brush just a tiny little bit, and then just blend those streaks away. Like so. So we're adding now just another layer of discoloration to what we've been doing so far. Zoom in a little bit. Like so. So pick another panel. Let's try, where are we? Let's try that one. Probably a bit too much, so I'm just going to knock the excess off the brush. Quick wipe on a paper towel at the side. Like so. And I'm just going to use, I've still got oil paint on the brush there, as you can see. Right, we're actually going to use the spang as the start point, and I take the blending brush and work back from there. So I've now got rust coming away from that spang. And then it's a case of just working around methodically. So I spin around this way. Yeah, let's take some of those spangs there. So slick the area again with thinners. Now brush down. Quick dab of oil paint off to the side there, like so. Just making sure on the back of my hand that this brush is completely dry. And then just blend back. As you can see there, that streak's far too long, so what we can do is take another brush, like the one we threw away a second ago, and just come back out a bit. Just using the thinners that we've already got in that little tub. Yeah. Just literally come along and clean that area up. And we can even use a cotton bud just to finish the process off. Not a problem. So come back with that blending brush now. Again, make sure it's dry. Just feather away. There we go. That's better. Just feather that. Another little spot. Just there. And a feather again. Ooh, I like that one. So the thinner the paint is, the older that effect will look. Come in slightly. And the thicker your paint is, see if we can focus on that bit. Oh, focus. Or the more opaque that your paint is, the newer that leak will look. But I like that. I do like that. Let's add another one here. Not quite got enough thinners there on the brush. There we go, that's better. So we should be able to now get a couple more in. I've not even recharged this brush yet. We've still got the original oil paint on. So just catch that head spang there, and then one there, like so, and then come back in with that blending brush. Oops, slightly off. Sorry about that. And then again, completely dry brush. And we're just going to blend away. So we're going to start with this top one here. I'm going to start slightly beyond with the brush motion. Like so. It's literally a quick graze over the top. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Nice and subtle. Probably a bit too subtle. So I'll add another one just there, just to re-emphasise it. And again, complete dry brush off on the back of my hand, and just very gently graze across the top, like so. Lovely. Right, so now that we're on the stand, I'm trying to do this without breaking it again. I'm just going to cock it over as far as I can. Come back out again. So now leaning over, as you can see, if I show you that squared on, we've got that cant. So what we're going to do now is a couple of vertical streaks. So of course this thing won't just be flying, it'll be sat parked up every now and then in the hangers. So on the top side we're replicating in flight. What we're about to do now is show it as if it's been parked up in the hangar. So again, I've not recharged the brush yet. Just a couple of little streaks here and there like so. And then again with the dry brush, going to start just above and then very carefully, very gently just come back down. Lovely. So it's a really, really subtle effect. Just like that area there. I'm going to come from the yellow piece now. A couple of little spots like so. Then with the dry brush, blend those. Start slightly above, and if we're going too far, just recharge the area. Like so. I've probably got a little bit too much thinners to start with on there then. Oh, look at that. And you probably hear me cleaning the brush. I like that. I do like that. So just take him away, cock him over to the other side now. Like so. And we'll do this area here, so that's looking a bit plain. I'm still using the exact same brush. I've not even recharged this yet. We're what, 12 minutes in? So I'm just going to do a few spots here and there, just across that line, like so. And then again, completely dry. Start above, just blend down. Again, a little bit too much thinners on the on the piece to start with, but that's fine, just come back. It's not a huge problem. Blend that down. Oh, lovely. Okay, that's that done. So we'll do a little effect here now. So it's recharge with the thinners. Take most of that back off again. There we go, I'll show you. So I've still got the thinners in the bottom here. Take most of that back off again so we don't flood the area. Excuse me. I'm going to choose that edge there to come down. Now, even though this will be covered by, if you can see the holes there lined up, that's going to be covered by whatever we're calling these things today. But that's fine. It all has the effect. So again, using the same brush that we've been using all along. It's quite a bit there because I want a complete effect, and again, completely dry. I'm going to start off and then very gently come back, like so. So what this will do now is it'll give us an effect either side of where this thing goes. Oops. But it's underneath, so it's a completely fresh layer of paint. Completely fresh layer of weathering even. So we've got all kinds of hydraulic leaks going on. And then we'll do one from there. Run that. Let's do a couple of dry ones as well. Like so. Well, of course you can do this any colour you want, as long as it makes sense. Obviously don't go using greens or blues, because you don't really get blue fluids, or do you? I don't know. Oh no, do some blue if you want. Oh, oh, I really shouldn't sit on my ankle like that. Okay, where else can we go? Yeah, why not? Let's have some there. Probably a bit too much thinners again, but that's okay. Yeah, why not? Dry, you can make that out. If we leave that really, really wet. Take a brush out your mouth, Tony. Leave that really wet and just use. Gotta focus on me, not the background. Hello. Yay! Put your thumb in what you just done. Why not? Focus. If you leave that area really wet and just blend away with what's on the brush as it is. I've probably overdone that now. Like I say, the more translucent your paint is, the wetter it is. The more see-through it is, the older that streaking will look. I'll do one. Just here. I'm still using that same paint. It's slowly running off now. I'm not even going to blend that one. I'm happy with how that was. Just do a little bit there as well. Whoops. So it's the tiniest little streak. So whilst I've got the brush there, so I'm just going to do that, and then see if we can blend that back. Nice. Nice. Right. Cool. Alright. Let's pop that down again. The advantage with this is now, over a gunk wash or anything like that, is this will dry relatively quickly. Definitely leave that overnight just to be on the safe side, but that should be okay tomorrow. Now then, I'm just a little bit concerned that if we have a look just here, in these panels here, next to the cockpit, it's a little bit too clean. Everything seems to be on the outside. So once all this is dried, I'll whip this canopy off, and then I'll do a little bit more weathering just on these little panels here, especially these two, because they're a little bit too clean, those. Yeah, a little bit too clean, but we need the oil paints to dry now, so once that's done, I'm going to seal everything in with matte varnish just to dull it all down again and see what's going on.